It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Ravens and the Steelers, and it's all up next.
Well, the weather not fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll start by running the option to the right. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. First carry now for Gus Edwards. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. This defense for the Steelers, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steelers offense set for their first possession here, and it's Kenny Pickett who will lead the way, the second-year man, Charles, from Pitt.
Pickett didn't quite lead Pittsburgh to the promised land in his first season as the hometown kid and franchise quarterback, but he did impress once he got in the field. Winning 7 games helped keep the vaunted streak of non-losing seasons alive in the Steel City.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Now the 3rd-year man, Najee Harris. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Oh, design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, the Steelers going to bring in Braden Mann to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Rashad Bateman. His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment defense.
Now with that, they could elect to take the ball at
for 2 after the penalty. The ball doesn't go to the 2-yard line as normal. They get the penalty, so that's half the distance. You put it at the 1. But if they decided they wanted to kick, they would just move the ball from the 15 to the 10, and they would kick it there.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
When you look at this defense, they enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Running left, it's Warren. He'll get this up to about the 44. Counting down toward the midway point in. And this play's still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. The Steelers are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
The more and more that we broadcast games, the more I realize how much this game is about the eyes. And in this case, they got fooled because the defense was checking out the eyes of the back, thinking he was getting the ball. Should have been looking at the QB, shouldn't they?
A little bit of a surprise indeed, and he was able to get forward for that 1 yard. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The tight end in motion right. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Levi Wallace with a pick.
And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. Fighting him off.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
From the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson.
Yet again, targeting and fighting Mark Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Here's the 4th-year man, J.K. Dobbins.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Jackson on first down. A short throw caught by Andrews. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash. This from 50. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it. Oh, ill-advised throw there, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Now it's Jackson. Being chased out left. It's a loss of 14 that time. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
The terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their 25-yard line.
Harris will start the drive out. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a toss play. It's Harris. Looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And they'll go on the ground.
Down the left sideline. George Pickens.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
It's his 10th rushing touchdown on the campaign, number 11 overall. And the Steelers are back within a score. Well, we're used to seeing big plays from him in the passing game. That'll obviously go as a rushing touchdown, and what a rushing touchdown it was.
And you got to think to yourself that this coaching staff has looked at his playmaking ability and said to themselves, why are we just going to throw it to him? Let's double his touches and make him a big part of the run game. That big playability, it was at the forefront on that one.
And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. From 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Jackson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Pulling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return is Peterson. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Steelers set to take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. And they'll run it here. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. They'll start with the option. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or two, but it's no good as it stands. And that will keep this a 2-point game. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Looking to throw, Pickett. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Down right around the 25. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
From the 17, they work on 2nd and 10.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Hey, a little bit of an unconventional call there.
Yeah, but it worked, and how great was that? That's got to give them a lift in this situation.
Boswell's kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 1. Less than 90 seconds to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down.
Jackson. Dobbins with it. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Now Jackson connecting with Andrews.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Jackson to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked up by Devontae Casey. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game to come up with that interception. interception huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
3rd and 12.
And they'll run it here.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
This is 1st and 10. Throwing, Jackson.
Looking left side, Andrews with it complete.
And he is out of bounds, so a spectacular start. 1 play, and they're up past the 40. But this offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
I think in normal situations, most play calls would probably shelve that play in this situation. But down in the red zone, got a little something extra to play with. I like the way that he took a shot and went after it.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
No lack of guts at all on that one. Normally in this situation in the red zone, that type of play isn't run, but I think they're trying to catch the defense off guard and also break tendency. No one really runs that type of a play. Guess what? We are. Let's see how you handle it.
Well, Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second-half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So for the Steelers, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.